Look, I'm so bullish on the category. I'm a hemp guy, so I love everything about the plant, and so it's not hard to be passionate when you have that. I think some of the challenges I see is that if you're making something that's not sessionable, not consumable, so you're making a product that is to like get him really, really high, but that's a fringe consumer. And like, don't sit up here and be like, oh, we don't have the market of hemp beverages, when you are literally targeting 0.001% of humans with that product, when this is targeting like anyone over the age of 21 that can open a can on their own, right? Like, and so to compare like what you're doing to something as mainstream as beverage is kind of like silly, right? And I have said, candidly to a few of the cannabis brands, I'm like, listen, I'm all for the plant, but like growing up, my dad smoked Winfield Blue, which was a 16 milligram cancer stick, and my mum smoked Winfield White, which was a 2 milligram cancer stick. But like, where is that in cannabis? Like, where's the joint I can smoke all day and be a functional human? Everyone's just trying to make the joint that blows your brains out. And I think if that's your focus, you'll never be mainstream, because no politician, no real human wants their fellow human to be a vegetable for 4 hours, unless you're trying to be a vegetable before you go to bed. Guilty as charged, right? Because I want to put myself to sleep. But I think there is lessons from beverage that cannabis can have, which is like, where is that sessionability? Where is that product where the person, wake and bake? All right, is there something I can smoke that gives me a lift? Like, can we be putting guarana extract into a joint? Could we be like dipping the joint in caffeine? Like, get creative, folks. We're meant to be the cool kids. Like, when did we get so lame, right? Like, let's keep innovating, because like right now, I feel like the innovation is here. With the way we've developed the micro nature of the drink, that it's absorbed so much. Like, that was the real innovation. I mean, whoever did that, thank you. Like, it's the greatest thing. And like, even for myself, my alcohol consumption is down like 99%, and I'm in the industry, and like, I part own a brand, but the way I feel after 4 or 5 of booze versus 4 or 5 of anything else is just night and day. And I think we have to lead that. Like this is be a better human type of product, right? And so yeah, I'm so bullish. I want, anyone that's thinking about making a beverage, it's super expensive. Do not scrape together your last few dollars and try and make a beverage, unless the intention is to like just supply your neighborhood. Then that's possible, doable right now. I think the industry is going to need to understand that until it's taxed like alcohol, it won't be safe like alcohol. And for those people in the room that understand, we as a distributor, we pay the wholesale tax. So the government gets money from alcohol because we give it to them as a distributor. If you take that out, then they're like, whoa, what's going on here? We're not getting our, like in liquor, they get a wholesale tax and they get the retail tax. Whereas right now in beverage, they're not seeing it. It's not taxed at wholesale. So I think that's what's going to drive it into the 3-tier system. And there's some safety and some security that will come to the industry when it's taxed at a wholesale level. And that's the only reason I see a benefit to the 3-tier is that it will give us a little bit of peace. We won't be sort of like, when the government's getting their $1 billion of tax, they'll leave us alone. And that was evidence kind of in California, right? Like the beverages were skating through on thin ice, and Newsom was like, yeah, not anymore, right? So taxation and regulation is the key, because then the goalposts are set and we can push hard. So I think I shared that the regulations challenging. But look, Florida opens up the legislative session January next year. We all have to go in. We all have to have our, like, go and speak. Get your 5 minutes. You know, like, share your story. Because, you know, my wife's in the audience, like, we both have cut back our alcohol consumption significantly. And, like, everyone in our building is now drinking these things. And, like, I'm getting stopped with, like, I've lost 10 pounds, Chad. And I'm like, great. Like, do you feel better? And I'm sleeping better. And all these things that we all know intrinsically, but we don't really, like, scream it. And I think I'll be excited when this category is synonymous with just that health and wellness. And, you know, and again, I think Breathe is doing really great because they're just leaning into that. Like, their mission, vision is, you know, to end human suffering and help people be the best version of themselves. And I think the brands that aren't afraid to scream their message are going to do better.
Thank you. Thanks.